Welcome to my channel, Mary Bourne MD and Gardening with Granny. And it is the first week in June, and I would love to show you some of the beautiful things that are growing in my garden and some of the things that I still have to work on. So let me turn the camera around and let's start our tour. So we'll start here. This is the front entrance of my home, the fern garden. You've seen that. Yesterday we had pretty hard storm. Rain came driving down and actually flattened these ferns, but they recovered well, and this garden is doing really good. And replaced the violas with this beautiful begonia. And some of the begonias in here. And this garden is in desperate need of work. I've got some of my bee balm is coming up and budding up. The hollyhocks are in bloom, and it looks like I've fixed the problem of whatever bug that was chewing on them. Did that Captain Jack's dead bug brew. But this needs some weeding and some attention. The rain that we've been having has made it a little bit difficult to work in the garden. I've been putting in the coleus in this area. Got 1/3 more to go. But that's looking pretty. Peonies are just about done. They are beautiful. They've been beautiful. I enjoyed them very much. Got a few more plants to put in here. Put in some begonias, and we've got blooms on our hydrangea, and that's very exciting. These are balloon plants. Got some buds coming on them. They're a fun plant to comes up every year. I bought some zinnia and snapdragons. These are my leftover tomatoes. Gotta find a spot for them. Mums are coming up in the back. Heading over to our triangle garden. Got some wax begonias there coming that I want to put around the rocking deep purple salvia. I think I'm going to move those, the burgundy heuchera, because they are getting choked out. The hostas have gotten so big. Even though most hostas do not like the sun, this particular type does quite well in this area. Unfortunately, they don't choke out the grass. Loving the look on that couple of lacy maples. Let's get a little closer look, because I think you might enjoy seeing how it changes. The green changes and gets some beautiful color on the tips. I'm not sure that's coming through on the camera, but they're orange. The tips turn orange, and the burgundy ones, when they come out, they get a bright red. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous bush. You can tell it's a maple by the helicopters. We'll head over to the herb garden. This barbecue planter is still doing rather nicely with the violas that I put in. And the garlic, elephant garlic is shooting up some blooms. My poor chive plant got smashed down from the heavy rain. That basil there needing to be put in. Horseradish, I've already whacked that down a bit. And I've whacked down some of the comfrey so that it's not choking out the dahlias. I've got some really nice dahlias coming up in the back there. That should be beautiful. Toward the end of the month when you see my end of the month tour. Got the hardy hibiscus is coming through. Planted some yarrow. That'll be shooting up in no time. This pretty looking plant that I love is called senna. Looks like we have a calendula flower there. Some lemon balm, mint, more yarrow from last year coming up into bloom. The daisies, got some blooms coming on them. More comfrey. Amidst all those weeds, you can see there's some more hardy hydrangea, not hardy hydrangea, hardy hibiscus coming through there. So obviously this needs work. Butterfly bush is doing really well. We weren't sure we were going to have one this year, but it's doing really good. And the purple bell vine are hanging in there. They're not growing much, but they're growing. You know, we're not going to knock it. And these peonies need clipping back. But they were a beautiful show and they smelled marvelous. The mandevilla is doing really good. I'm very pleased with it. It's covering that lamppost. These lilies will be in bloom soon. These are, I think, just tiger lilies. This is a yellow dock weed, but I let it grow every year. These are wild roses that I usually will cut back after they bloom, so that's shortly. And we gave the variegated willow quite the trim. It'll grow fast. Check out the vegetable garden. We laid down these boards. I'm going to put in 2 more of the cloth bags and we will put tomatoes in them. So there's a tomato here. Something ate the leader on this, so it's kind of weird looking, but potatoes are doing super good. No blooms yet, but early days. Still haven't planted anything in this planter. That heavy wind that we had tore this connection, so I'm going to have to come in and repair that. Oh, I missed this bed. So we've got celery coming here. We've already eaten this wonderful green lettuce, and I think we're going to have to get these tomatoes strung up. I have a post on this one, and it's nice. These are determinate tomatoes, and so they don't need as much staking as the indeterminate, but there's buds coming. That's exciting. Took a minute to fix that. That looks a lot better. Onions are doing really good. I don't see a whole lot of bulbing up. Maybe this one is bulbing up a bit. And eating the greens off of these, using it as spring onion type in different dishes. The dill is getting a head on it here. Blooms. Probably use a little staking up. I want to plant some beans down here. I had carrots growing, but they're not growing, so give up with carrots and start the beans. Over to our tomatoes that we started from seed. These are doing super well. There's some blooms on there. A lot of them have blooms. And these are the indeterminate kind. So I usually will do a Florida weave with those, where you take a string and attach it to the post and then weave the plants in between and then attach it to the next post. And that has done well for me. I've been able to keep them. You can clip them to the string, and as you can see, it's particularly windy today. Clematis is blooming, looking beautiful. Get a shot from back here. How pretty those look. And then this one, the goji berry bush is doing much better this season because we put in some fencing here that stops the bunny rabbits and that coming through. It was getting gnawed at. This is one of the elderberries. I have that for cross-pollination, but I'm loving this black lace elderberry. Full bloom, gorgeous. Love the blooms on that. There's so much benefit to elderberry. And elderberry flower, there's also benefit in, but you can see these are turning to seed. They'll be very tiny little seeds at first, and then they get a little plumper, but they're still pretty difficult. We're getting close to the road, so hopefully my mic is helping. Again, I've cut 2 feet off of this, and it's time to cut it again. That's the third elderberry. Look how gorgeous these hibiscus are doing. I've got some blooms on it. That's exciting. And this is a different variety. I've forgotten what the flowers look like, so you'll have to stay tuned to find out what those look like. The forsythia are getting woolly, and it's time to give them a haircut. But I also have in here a mock orange, and I'm loving the scent of it. Just beautiful. Take a look over here at my neighbor's hibiscus. Those are gorgeous. We'll come around the bend and look at the entrance garden next. We've been doing a lot of work on the entrance garden. I struggle with thistle in this garden, but the petunias are trying to make their way through. Everything is planted now. I've got marigolds and the wax begonias in here, the burgundy leaf. See, some of the daisies are in bloom there. We go on to the bird garden now. The iris are done. They were beautiful, but boy, they don't last very long. Had quite a few varieties in color. I've got a hibiscus in this one too. I think I should move it because it doesn't get as much sunshine as it needs. These are lilies, and they'll be coming up, showing their face real soon. Penstemon. I think that's 9-bark, I'm not sure. Let me know if you know what 9-bark looks like and you see the same. Graceful grasses. This too could stand some weeding. Anybody want to come over and weed? Beautiful Japanese maple here. So pretty. Our big pine and the tulip trees. For the longest time I couldn't figure out what to plant in these two planters, and succulents are the way to go. They look so pretty and they don't take any care at all. Maybe I'll water them once a month, maybe twice a month in the hot months, but they do look pretty. And we'll finish up here with the apple tree and the grape arbor. I did a video on trimming the grapes. I can link it below. It's doing 15-minute chores, finding 15 minutes to accomplish something. Erigeum is gorgeous, doing its blue thing here. I'm so pleased that I planted that. It looks beautiful right there. And then our apple tree. We'll see how much bounty we get from this beautiful tree. It is shedding some of the weaker apples, so every once in a while I'll walk along and step on a little apple that's fallen to the ground. It's a beautiful tree. I appreciate it. So that's it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you've been able to get out in your garden and enjoy all the beauty. Thank you for watching. This is Mary, Gardening with Granny.